This is the definitive forensic analysis of a coin born from global catastrophe, the 1943 D steel wheat cent. We will peel back the layers of history, metallurgy, and market speculation to reveal the shocking truth of this wartime artifact. This is a journey into numismatics, military history, and pure financial reality. Chapter 1: The Birth of Desperation, the Global Context. The year 1943 was a crucible for humanity. World War II raged across every continent, a war demanding resources on an unimaginable scale. The United States was the arsenal of democracy, and every ounce of strategic material was diverted to the war effort. The American home front was placed under strict rationing and material controls. This environmental scarcity is the sole reason for the coin's existence. For decades, the Lincoln cent, struck since 1909, was nearly 95% copper. Copper was essential. It was the preferred metal for shell casings for artillery and small arms ammunition, a non-negotiable component of modern warfare. As the war intensified, copper supplies became critically strained. The United States Treasury faced an unavoidable dilemma: continue minting the penny using vital copper or cease production of the cent entirely. The decision was made to find an immediate substitute. The copper had to go to the war. The pennies had to change. This switch was not an economic choice, it was a military necessity, a direct reflection of the severity of the conflict. The search for a substitute was chaotic and hurried. They considered plastic, glass, and various other non-metallic compounds. Ultimately, the mint settled on a metallic substitute that was cheap, available, and easily pressed: low-carbon steel. Chapter 2: The Metallurgy of Compromise, Steel and Zinc. The final composition settled upon was a compromise, a solution designed for speed and cost-effectiveness, not longevity. The core of the coin was mild steel. To prevent the steel from immediate and catastrophic rusting, the blanks or planchets were electroplated with a thin layer of zinc. This created a galvanized steel cent. This is why the coin has its distinct silver-gray appearance. It is important to note the weight difference. A standard copper cent weighs 3.11 grams. The new steel cent weighed only 2.70 grams, a subtle but measurable difference that caused problems in vending machines and banking. The zinc coating was flawed from the outset. It was extremely thin and did not adhere well to the steel surface. Exposure to moisture and acidity, particularly from human hands and soil, caused the zinc to break down and peel. Once the steel core was exposed, it oxidized rapidly, turning the coin a dull gray, then black, and eventually pitting with deep rust. The coins became ugly, unusable, and often confused with the silver dime. This confusion led to public outcry and contributed significantly to the cent's failure. The 1943 steel cent is therefore a metallurgical failure, a testimony to the sacrifices made under duress. Chapter 3: Denver Mint Production and the D Mark. The cent was struck at all three operational mints in 1943: Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Denver. Our focus is the Denver Mint, identified by the small D mint mark placed below the date. The Denver Mint was an industrial powerhouse, and its contribution to the steel cent production was immense. The Denver Mint produced an enormous total of 217,660,000 steel cents. This massive mintage number is the reason why the average worn 1943 D steel cent is still easily found and relatively inexpensive today. They were produced in such volume that survival rates are high. However, the production process was incredibly harsh on the dies due to the hardness of the steel compared to the soft copper. This hardness led to unique production characteristics, including die cracks and occasional double strikes. The location of the mint mark D is critical for era collectors. Unlike the Philadelphia issue, which carried no mint mark, and the San Francisco issue, which carried an S, the Denver D is occasionally found with a distinct and collectible error: the Repunched Mint Mark, or RPM. This occurred when the mint worker accidentally struck the punch mark twice, resulting in a slight misalignment. This specific error, while minor, instantly elevates the coin's numismatic value. Chapter 4: The Market Reality Grading and Value Assessment, 2025. The value of the 1943 D steel cent is entirely dependent on its preservation, a direct consequence of its faulty composition. Grading follows the standard Sheldon scale from P1 poor to MS70 perfect. Circulated grades G4 to O58, The vast majority of surviving 1943D cents fall into these grades. They show signs of heavy wear scratches and significant zinc corrosion. A common circulated piece today is typically valued between $0.10 and $1.00. It holds historical value but virtually no intrinsic market value. Lower uncirculated grades MS60 to MS64, these coins show no wear from circulation, but will exhibit various distracting contact marks or have lost some of their original luster. A typical MS63 example sells for between $5 and $15. Gem uncirculated MS65, this is the entry point for serious collectability. An MS65 coin will have sharp strike full original zinc luster and only minor contact marks. Because the zinc coating was so fragile, few survived this well. The 2025 market value for a certified MS65 1943D averages $50 to $200. Superb gem MS66, a coin that is near flawless with strong eye appeal. Due to scarcity, prices climb sharply. An MS66 coin sells for between $300 and $700, depending on the specific eye appeal and auction demand. Top pop MS67 and higher, these are the true rarities. Coins graded MS67 are virtually perfect with brilliant luster and no distracting blemishes. They represent the pinnacle of preservation for this alloy. These coins realize thousands. The 2025 market value for an MS67 is typically $1,000 to $3,000, with premium pieces achieving higher records. The difference between an MS66 and an MS67 can be thousands of dollars, a testament to the corrosive nature of the zinc-steel alloy. Chapter 5: The Apex of Error, the 1943D copper cent. The single most valuable and shocking fact related to the 1943D cent is the existence of its error counterpart. This coin is the numismatic holy grail. When the mint switched from copper blanks to steel blanks, a handful of copper planchets from the 1942 production were inadvertently left in the storage bins or deep in the coining machinery. When the 1943 dies were used, these old copper blanks were accidentally struck. The result was the 1943D copper cent, a coin that should not exist. This error is not merely rare, it is practically unique. The shocking rarity. The 1943D copper cent is considered the absolute rarest of the entire 1943 copper era series. As of today, only one confirmed example of the 1943D copper cent has ever been publicly documented and authenticated. The mind-blowing values. That single confirmed 1943D copper cent realized an astonishing price of $1,700,000 at auction in 2010. Its current 2025 market value is conservatively estimated to be higher, making it one of the most valuable single cents in the world. The critical authentication test. This knowledge has fueled a massive counterfeit industry. Fake 1943 copper cents are everywhere, typically common steel cents that have been copper-plated. This is the crucial non-negotiable test. The genuine steel cent is magnetic. The priceless error copper cent is non-magnetic and weighs the standard 3.11 grams. Anyone claiming to possess a 1943 copper cent must submit it to a professional grading service for verification. The odds of finding a second 1943D copper cent are astronomically low, but the chance drives the public fascination. Chapter 6: Advanced Error Varieties and Numismatic Detail. Beyond the major copper error, the 1943D steel cent offers several minor but highly collectible varieties. These are known as die errors that occurred during the stamping process. The Repunched Mint Mark D RPM, as mentioned, the D was punched into the die manually. Misalignment or an unintentional double strike resulted in the RPM error. Collectors pay a premium for clearly identifiable RPMs, with values ranging from $100 to over $400 in high grades. This is a common hunting target for enthusiasts. Die breaks and die cracks. The hard steel metal was unusually harsh on the soft dies. This resulted in frequent die breakage, visible as raised lines or lumps on the finished coin. While not as valuable as the RPM, these unique die characteristics add interest and value to the coin for specialized collectors. Off-center strikes. Occasionally, a blank planchet was fed incorrectly into the press, resulting in the strike being slightly off-center. Dramatically off-center coins can fetch significant premiums, often realizing several $100s, based on the severity of the misalignment. Chapter 7: The Legacy and Final Conclusion. The 1943 D steel cent remains an immutable icon of American history, a silver-gray ghost of the Second World War. Its flawed metallurgy and the shocking story of its accidental copper sibling secure its place in numismatic lore forever. It is a mandatory coin for any serious collection, and an entry point for millions into the fascinating world of coin collecting. It represents resourcefulness, sacrifice, and the unexpected twists of fate that make collecting truly addictive. The average coin is a humble piece of history, but the preserved specimens and the possibility of discovering a second copper error continue to shock and inspire. If you have enjoyed this forensic deep dive into the history and hidden value of the 1943 D steel penny, then do not forget to subscribe to Royal Coin Value USA. Make sure to press the bell icon to ensure you never miss our in-depth analyses of rare and valuable coins. Share this video with every collector and history enthusiast you know so they too can benefit from this information. And finally, please comment below and tell us which specific coin you would like us to analyze in our next video. We rely on your input for our next topic.